Everyone's asking, is Aerodrome Finance dead, guys? Base was launched, backed by Base Ventures. It's the leading DEX on Base, guys. This is the next best thing. We've seen it go from about 9 cents about 6 months ago up to over $2, guys. And it's now cooled down to about 71 cents. I know there's a lot of people that bought the hype on the way up that are being disgruntled and wondering what is going on with this project. Well, in this video, I want to go over the on-chain data. What is actually happening on Aerodrome Finance? I want to review a couple of the major projects on Base and see, are they actually using Aerodrome Finance as a means of purchase or liquidity, guys? And we're going to go over some more key data that I think you're all going to be interested in. We're going to go over all of that and more. But first, I want to welcome you back to Freeman Finance and Crypto, where if it makes money, it makes sense, guys. From the bottom of my V-neck, I'm truly grateful for every single one of you. But if you are not subscribed, please pause the video, hit subscribe, hit that bell notification. Now let's get into the video. So guys, Aerodrome Finance, for anyone that doesn't know, is the leading, or called the leading, decentralized exchange on Base. Base is the layer 2 built on Ethereum, backed by no other than Base Ventures, guys. Okay, so this looks very much like Velodrome Finance, and that's because this uses Optimism Stack for the build. So when we look at the data, and I've compared this data multiple times to on-chain data, and they keep it updated and it's pretty accurate. We're going to actually compare it to on-chain data, but total value locked a little over 500 million, monthly trading about 500 million, monthly fees about 15 million, and monthly users 160 million. So whenever it comes to one of these types of tokens, being a DEX token, whether it's Uniswap or anything else, the price is really important on fees. And for fees, you have to have trading volume. So it's really important as to what is actually going on Aerodrome Finance as its utility. Its utility as a decentralized exchange. So is it being used as that? Or is the token just being pumped up and now it's dumped? Let's take a look at all this data, guys. So this right here is Aerodrome Finance. I just want to take a look at the price and kind of show y'all everything. So this right here is going back in March. This was April when I had the big run up to $2.30. And this is where it's currently sitting. And you can see this area that we're in right here. And this is all a real rough drawing right here, guys. But you could see that all of this right here is really a big level of support. You know, you can see back here in February or March how it consolidated here for about a month. So that's going to be a real heavy level. But you can see here, zooming in, guys, it is kind of cooling down. So I'm really expecting a big move for the entire market, to be completely honest with you. And we will see if it's up or down. But I really think that it is getting ready to make a move. The spring's getting tighter and tighter. But when we look at Aerodrome Finance, let's not think of the price of the token right now. Let's look at the utility behind it. What's actually going on? But let's forget the actual token price. And you're saying, what? What do you mean forget the token price? That's what I'm invested in. Well, we need to look at if the actual project has utility, because if people are using the utility, that will translate into a higher token price, right? And so when we look at this Aerodrome Finance, the token, 16% of those are purchased on Aerodrome Finance, okay? So 16% of the DEX token is purchased on the actual DEX. To me, that seems kind of low, okay? The other 25% is on Coinbase, 9% is on Base's Uniswap, 19% on BitGet, and, you know, the rest is kind of sprinkled out. But then I really want to take a look into Brett, guys. This right here is the Brett token, the meme coin that has done amazing, leading meme coin on Base, as we know. So for something like this, we would want it to have a lot of volume on Aerodrome Finance. And when we look at it, it's right here at 22nd Aerodrome Finance. And if you see, I already pre-did this. I had to go from number 1, okay, which has trading volume at Gate.io and Bybit, which is okay. Those are centralized exchanges, so they will be higher. But then I had to go to number 2. Then I had to go to number 3. And Aerodrome Finance is a whopping 0.04 4% of volume. No matter what the volume is, even if the volume's extremely low, that percentage still is a slice of that pie, right? And the fact that it's 0.04, I'll be honest with you guys, it does not make me feel good. When we look at the overall, this is actual on-chain data for Aerodrome Finance via token terminal. I always recommend everyone look at on-chain data. You know, that's what we do here at Freeman Finance and Crypto. We look at the actual data on-chain because that's what matters. So right here, we're looking at trading volume, and you can see back before this token really took off, it was sitting at a little under 10 million a day, and now I would say it's averaged at around 20 million a day right over here where you can see. And I know my head's kind of blocking it a little bit, so let me move myself over a little bit just for you guys. But yeah, so you can see where it is right now in terms of that volume. But let's look at token holders. So what we can see here in the data is that people are buying the dip. They bought the dip. When we look at token holders, let's just say at the beginning of June, okay, was about 86,000 holders. And now when we look at the end of June, it's up 30,000 holders almost. And we can see that indicative right here of the monthly holders has went up 28.8%. So that's good news. Okay, more people getting into the project. That's good news. When we look at the trading volume, though, we could see right here trading volume is down 35%. Okay, so is that to be expected? Yes, the entire market is bleeding. Altcoins are bleeding, but even though total trading volume is down, I would still like to see the percentage of the trading volume pie. So if here's your pie, you know, and then Bitcoin crashed and the pie went to this, I would still expect the slice of the pie to be, even though it's a smaller pie, to be representative of if people are using that project. And we can see here on Brett, it is 0.04%, guys. And so maybe we could find somewhere where they are using it more, but I'm not seeing a lot of use on Aerodrome Finance in particular. When we look at some of these statistics, they lost less money. They lost less money, it looks like, whenever it comes to earnings. Okay, so that's up 38% down to 19 million. Their P to F ratio, which is essentially price to earnings for a decentralized exchange, that's doing better. So everything's looking better on the statistic front. So my outlook is, and if we look here, active users is up 9%. And so when we look at this, I'm really thinking that it's not being used right now. Okay, but is this an investment in a building stage for Aerodrome Finance? Aerodrome Finance flew way too much when it was listed on Coinbase, right? That's a result of the Coinbase magic. Listed on Coinbase, you know, off to the races. But could this still have use going forward? Well, let's take a look. So Coinbase's wallet, okay, which is bringing people onto Base. They partnered with Stripe and they are doing on-chain summer. Well, what I was hoping and thinking is that when you swap on Base, they would be always using Aerodrome Finance as a back layer DEX, okay? And obviously, I do not think that is happening. I don't know if they're using Uniswap still because fees are better or what, but this is not forcing the liquidity and volume to go through Aerodrome Finance. But when we look at what Aerodrome Finance is advertising and stuff, their APR is a lot better on the slipstream than on Uniswap, guys. They're getting more Aero voter growth. And when we look at this right here, it just talks about the rewards and everything like that, how they have a boost in the Aero rewards and stuff like that. So they're still building, guys. They're still working, but I do think this will be a long-term project. When we think of something like Aerodrome Finance with their flywheel mechanism, it is inflationary, guys. Okay, this is not a deflationary token. And I can show you all that right here on the on-chain data. So when we look at this, you could see from the beginning of June, there was 480 million tokens. and now there is 520 million tokens. So let's just say a 40 million increase, which is about an 8% increase in circulating supply. So that's not a little bit amount. So whenever the entire market is bleeding per se and nobody is buying the tokens, then that will cause the price to go down. And if we take a look at Bitcoin, everyone is waiting to see what happens right here, guys, with BTC. We're in this little place right here. We're testing the bottom of these channels at 60,000. Okay. But we're really waiting to see what happens. If we get a big spring off of this, or even off this bottom line, we really don't want to get into this bottom line. Be a lot better to hold this right here. But if it springs up, of course, the entire market will too. But there is possibility we test 52,000 and hit 52,000. So we're just going to have to wait and see. When we take a look at the fear and greed index of the overall crypto market, it is at 44. It was very important for us to give this a reset, guys. But as of now, we are just waiting to see what happens to BTC, guys. But let me know, what do y'all think about Aerodrome Finance? Are y'all disappointed in it? I know I personally am. I had high hopes for Coinbase to integrate it deeper into their platforms, but it doesn't look to have happened. But anything Coinbase Ventures is behind, I think they do not give up on it, and they really do work on making it successful, guys. So leave comments down below. Let me know what you think about that. If you're not a part of the Freeman and Finance family, to wake up with me, drink coffee in the morning, and watch the videos. What are we doing, guys? Subscribe and watch this video up above. I love you all. Thank you.